Hi, I'm Lindsay Humes from White Oak Creative, and today I'm going to show you how to make a mood board in Photoshop. And for the purposes of this demonstration, I'll be using this free mood board template that you can download here at whiteoakcreative.com. So I'm in Photoshop and I have my mood board template open. Each one of these gray boxes is a smart object layer, and you can see right here in layers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double click the layer I want to edit, and it's going to open in another Photoshop window. I'm going to simply place my image in there. And the image I'm working with is rectangular, but the shape and the mood board is square, so I'm going to adjust the dimensions. I know you can do this a couple different ways. The first way I'm going to show you it is you can simply press shift down so you keep the dimensions, and then drag your image so that it is the size you want. When you're ready, you'll hit the checkbox to place it, and then press Command S if you're on a Mac to save that file. You'll then see it shows up right here. So then I'm going to repeat that for the other steps. I'm just going to drag my images and place them in there. The image size is the box size is 650 pixels, so I can always put that in and then scale accordingly. The other thing is when you're working in a mood board, and let's say you're working with lots of different graphics, it's always great to pull those graphics out ahead of time and name them before you use them. This way, like if something happens or you need to refer back to it, you know where you can find it. So, and I have all these images that I want to use for this mood board in a file which I've called neutral, because this is a neutral mood board. Placed them all in here. This is the last one. Placed, check, save, perfect. Now there's my mood board with all my images. So let's say I want to save this so that I can use it on my blog or on Instagram. I would go to File, Export, Export As, and then what's going to come up is the Export As window, and this is where I set the file settings for the image, because right now it's a PSD file. So while this is coming up, I am going to set this to JPEG. And it's already got a few settings because I was tinkering around with it. Let's say if the quality is would typically come up like this. 100%, 16 is the width of the image. You always want to go smaller, you don't want to enlarge. So when I do that, I see that my file, these are my dimensions. This is the width and height, and this is the image file size. I want to get this image file size as close to 200 kilobytes as I can. So I'm going to change the quality to 70%. This is what I typically like to use on my images. You can go as low as 60%. For an image size, I'm going to use this on a blog post, and my blog post width is 700 pixels wide. I want to be double that for Retina display, so instead of 1600, I'm going to change this to 1400, and we'll see it adjust. As I see it adjust, I see that now my file size is closer to 200 kilobytes. It's at 221. I'm fine for that. And so then I'm going to hit Export All, and how I'm going to save it's going to come up, and I'm going to save this as beige mood board.jpg. Press export, and now the file is ready to use on either Instagram or in my blog post. If you're interested in finding these templates, you can find them right here at whiteoakcreative.com. They're a free download. There's 3 Photoshop templates that come with it, including the one I've used in the demo.